What's going on, gardeners? On today's 2-minute garden tip, we're going to answer the question, why is my tomato plant wilting and dying out of nowhere, and what can I do about it? We've been under drought here for months on the southeastern coast of North Carolina, and about a week ago, the heat really started to roll in. And believe it or not, all of my tomato plants just 4 days ago looked totally fine, but the past few days, we have hit 95 degrees. And like clockwork right here, this Costoluto Genovese tomato plant just started wilting and dying. And this looks like classic, I'm guessing, bacterial wilt. Now, bacterial wilt is a soil-borne disease that thrives in the soil when temperatures get above 85 degrees and the soil is very moist. So if this is bacterial wilt like I think it is imperative that we get it out of our garden as quickly as possible. Now, there are typically 3 causes of bacterial wilt. One is the roots being damaged during transplant. Another is from carriers like root knot nematodes or other insects that carry the disease and introduce it into the tomato plants. Or it is a pre-existing disease already found in your soil from prior years that can infect newly planted tomatoes. So the way that bacterial wilt works is that it gets inside the vessels of the plant and it clogs them so they can no longer uptake water from the soil. So if I'm correct, and this is bacterial wilt, if I cut into the stem down here, I should be able to see clogged vessels. Now, after cutting the plant stems and then shaving them down the middle to look at the vasculature inside, it doesn't look necessarily like bacterial wilt, but I do see discoloration around the edges. It could be bacterial wilt, it could be Fusarium wilt, or some other kind of wilt. Regardless of what the wilt is, the plant needs to be put in a bag and thrown away or burned. Now, what this infection has shown me is that in order to compensate for the drought, I'm probably watering my plants too much, and I'm allowing soil-borne bacteria and fungi to flourish by keeping things too moist. So I'm going to back off on the water substantially and let some of the soil dry out. Now, a little bit of good news is it's perfectly safe and fine to eat the fruits from the plant. So I will at least be able to leave these on my countertop to continue ripening, and I can eat these tomatoes. Down in the south where I live, soil-borne diseases like this are almost unavoidable. So please keep an eye out. Hopefully now you know what to look for. And if you see your plants start to wilt, remove them from your garden immediately and dispose of them or burn them. Do not compost them. And that's today's 2-minute garden tip. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing and hitting the bell to receive new video notifications, and check out our Amazon storefront and spread shop in the video description for a list of the gardening products I use and awesome custom designed apparel and other gear. Your support is greatly appreciated.